Hair gurus and new, she slaying the city. No makeup, just wake up and still giving them pretty. Hit the lights, camera, action, cause it's big as a movie. And grab a seat and now tune with Disastrous Beauty.
Okay, y'all, so I completely forgot to do an intro for this video, so I'm just throwing this in last minute. This video isn't gonna be like, I'm gonna be doing my makeup in this video, but it's not gonna be anything where I'm gonna be dressing up or anything like that. I'm literally just gonna be putting on my makeup, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about my experience having a breast reduction a little more in depth, because I have done a vlog. Check that out, by the way. But I wanted to get more into some of the questions that I noticed that was in my comment section and in my community section post. So that's why I did this video. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking basically like this at the end of it, only because the video intention wasn't to do like a get ready with me style sort of video. It was just to kind of let you guys know and answer you guys questions about the breast reduction. So yeah, I wanted to throw this intro in there, okay, because I didn't want to just start off and you be like, girl, what is going on? So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any other questions other than the ones that I answered in this video, feel free to comment down below and I will answer them down below. And yeah, girl, let's get into this video. Okay, y'all, so I really hope that I managed to remember to film an intro, because honestly, y'all, I am running behind, super behind schedule. So if this video is a little crazy, just know it's reality, okay? Especially my reality. The bus comes in a little bit, and I always have my timer set to 2:50, and y'all, I think right now it is 2 o'clock, okay? So yeah, I am running behind, but I did want to go ahead and do this update video for you guys. And instead of me trying to do my makeup, then come to you guys and do a video, I figured I would kill two birds with one stone, okay? Like, I have not been wearing, this is probably my third time putting on makeup in probably 3 weeks, like, honestly. Okay, so I did just have surgery. For those of you who have been watching the vlogs, you know that, like, that is like no new thing to you. If you have not been watching the vlogs, girl, where have you been? Get into the vlogs, okay? And we also, I want to throw it out there that we also do now have a family channel, and in a little bit, that's where all of those particular types of videos are going to go. Okay, so I have some makeup from BoxyCharm, some eyeshadows and primer and setting spray that looks like hairspray. Yeah, I had to make sure. Yeah, it looks like hairspray. So yeah, I got that, and then I have some sort of palette. Okay, so let's get into this video. I just wanted to, and it may be all over the place, y'all. I'm so sorry if it is, because I was just writing down questions, some that you guys had asked and some just off the dome, so it may not feel like it's in order. And I want to apologize for that, because I don't like to even watch other videos when they're out of order. So I'm gonna do the best that I can, but if it do feel out of order, that is why. But the questions will be answered. Okay, so I feel like the main question that a lot of people had that I saw was, why did I get a breast reduction in the first place? Like, I don't know if people just could not tell with me. Like, I don't know. And I do want to mention, y'all, I'm not going to be talking about nothing that I'm put on. I am literally just killing two birds with one stone, okay? This is a Fenty Beauty thing, but yeah. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of people had noticed. I don't know if it's because that I'm sitting down for the majority of my videos, but I used to have a very, very large chest. And I don't mean like your regular large, double D, triple D even, okay? My boobs were a double G, as in G, okay? As in God, okay? As in good God. That's what we used to say when I was in high school, or I think I was actually getting ready to leave high school and go to, or I was in college. I may have been in college. I think I was in college. But I remember when I finally did get sized, and I had been telling my folks, like, the triple D's is not fitting. Like, I'm still spilling over. And I think the people in my family couldn't even register that my breast could possibly be that big. So my grandma was like, it has to fit. What do you mean it doesn't fit? You know, like, it just made no sense. I do not like this palette. It's a lot of cool tones, but I'm gonna try to work with it. Yeah, so I came up to Birmingham because my aunt lived in Birmingham. And she took me to get sized. She was like, Chrissy, this is ridiculous. Let's just go get you sized, okay? Like, we're not gonna keep living in this denial. So I get sized, and I was a double G. And, you know, it kind of fluctuated with my weight. My weight has always sort of fluctuated up, down, up, down, up, down, okay? Like, shoot, no DJ Khaled, okay? I'm telling you, my weight has always been like that. And along with that, my boobs would be up, down. But the smallest that they would get is a G, just a plain G. Sometimes I could stuff myself in a triple D, or, you know, something that, you know, when I went into a store, I just had to get, you know, whatever they had on hand, unless, you know, I ordered it, and if I needed a bra in, I would stuff myself in triple D. I'm not gonna lie to you. But my actual bra size was a double G. So, I don't know. I'm not super small. I never have been. Right now, I am currently 146 pounds. And with my frame, my boobs were just huge. And I feel like, I don't care how big you are, double G breast and up, anything to me over a triple D, to me triple D is big. Like, anything over that is not fun to carry around. Like, let's just keep it a whole buck. I know some people really, if you have small breasts, you have this, a lot of people have this idea, and the grass is always greener, okay? I am one of those people that used to say that all the time, because my friend breasts were smaller, and she used to say, you can just cut them off and give some to me. So anyways, I say that to say I have spent my entire life wanting a breast reduction. When them boobs came, I wanted a breast reduction. There has never been a time in my life that I enjoyed my big breasts. Never. Hated them. So I say that because it kind of leads me into another question that I have been seeing in the comments, and it was like, basically, was I worried about them making my breasts too small? Never. Never was a concern of mine. Okay, not even a small concern. Literally, other than the fact that I was worried about dying, the only other concern I had was they wouldn't be small enough. I kid you not. I never worried that they would be too small. Never crossed my mind, right hand to God, because I wanted them gone. Okay, like, and I feel like if that is a concern, maybe if it's a concern or a thought in your head that they could possibly get to be too small, then maybe you want to try a different method. I don't know if I would recommend a breast reduction if that's kind of like a thought in your head. I know the majority of the people that I talked to that had breasts as large as mine, that wasn't a concern. Their concern was basically the same as mine, and that was, how small can you make them? Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I think certain breast sizes are manageable with weight, because like I said, when I would lose weight, I would go down to a G. So I do think certain sizes are manageable with weight, but yeah, it was never a thought in my mind. I have been so confused by that question. I kid you not, I have been so confused by it. I didn't even, girl, no, I was never worried about that. Okay, so that kind of basically knocks out 2 of the questions. Okay, so another question that I had was, did my insurance cover it? Okay, so because when I quit my job and then my husband was transitioning to another job, I have private insurance because I work for myself now, okay? So I have private insurance, and I don't know how many of you guys know about the cost of private insurance, but honey, it is high. Okay, I will be on my husband's insurance very, very soon because he recently got another job, but I probably will be finishing out the year on this insurance. I mean, it's expensive, but it still ain't even the best insurance. Like, girl, my mind has been blown by this whole insurance thing. So when I actually went to the doctor, I was like, you know what? I'll just pay for it out of pocket. I'll be honest with you guys. This has been something that I have wanted for so long that I have been saving for it. So I was willing to just pay strictly out of pocket for this surgery. It was already in my savings account. And that is basically what I said. And honey, the doctor was like, we're going to send this to your insurance company. Like, you definitely qualify for your insurance to cover this. Like, why pay all of that money if you don't have to? So I was like, because when you do that, you have to wait on the insurance company to reply. And it took my insurance company 4 weeks, which is basically what they said. I kid you not. The doctor's office, when I went to my consultation, he told me it would basically take 4 weeks. So it was like 4 weeks on a day, and the letter was in the mail to me that said, I had been approved, which I did not doubt because, honey, those things, so they're no longer mine, honey. Those things were humongous. So I never thought that they wouldn't approve it. That was never even a concern for me, just because of how big they were. Like, they were huge. And I do also want to mention, I found this particular surgeon because he did my cousin's best friend's breast. So that is actually how I found him, because hers looked amazing. She had a great experience with him, and he was like basically somebody whose work I was able to see. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I liked hers. They looked amazing, and she said she felt amazing. So that's how I found him. And I noticed that a lot of people said that they, tried to go through their primary physician. And what I've been noticing is, if you go to a surgeon that basically specializes in breast reduction, like that's their thing, you don't have to go to your primary physician. I did not. I went straight to him. I booked my consultation and I went straight to him. And from there, he wrote my letter to the insurance company. And from there, I scheduled my appointment. So my thing is, if you don't have to go through your primary physician, don't. Because what I am seeing is that a lot of the primary physicians are telling people like stuff like lose weight and even, sorry y'all. Okay, shameless plug. Yeah, these lashes are from my lash collection, DizastrousBeauty lashes, and they are in the style, I think I got on Flawless, yeah. So, yeah. I would say that if you can find a surgeon that you can just go to without having to go through your primary physician, do that. Because I feel like they're full of it. Because every video of everybody that I have ever talked to, their breasts could be as big as mine. And mine were huge, honey. Or bigger. And, they would be like, lose weight, do this, do that. Instead of making sure that, it was done. And usually, even after they would write a letter, their insurance wouldn't approve it. So I skipped all that. I didn't even know I was skipping all that. All I knew was, I'm getting this reduction. I'm not worried about anything. I'm getting it if I have to pay out of pocket. I don't care. This is my life dream. I kid y'all not. This was a dream come true for me. And I was going to do it no matter what it took. Literally, I didn't care. So, I'm glad that he did go through my insurance company. I did have to pay my deductible, and I did have to pay the hospital out of pocket, but I had that saved up, and I paid I paid $1,500 to him, and that was for my deductible, and I paid to the hospital about $2,800. So you do the math, girl, because she is not a mathematician. But yeah, I did pay that, but like I said, I had saved for this procedure. Okay, so yeah, that is that. Now I also want to also answer some questions about weight loss. I did lose weight prior to going through all this, and I had lost weight. I had started the process because I knew that first of all, that boobs could grow back, And I knew that my breasts, I'm always on a roller coaster of weight. So I wanted to get to a stable weight, to start changing my lifestyle and getting healthy prior to all of this. So back in June, on June the 11th, I was 171 pounds. And with the way that my body is made, I know weight registers differently on everybody, in my opinion. Like, it's so many people that can be 171 pounds and look 120, or or vice versa. I am the vice versa, okay? When I am 171 pounds, I look and feel about 300 pounds. I am not exaggerating. So I decided to go on keto. Keto is always something that just works for me when I want to get rid of weight fast. It's a very strict sort of diet, but when I want to lose weight, I'll lose it. Like that, I just have that mind frame. So I don't think keto works for everybody because it is so strict, but it always works for me. So by the time of my surgery, I was 146 pounds, which my surgery was August 31st. So from June 11th to August 31st, I had gotten down to 146 or 145 pounds. And I'm glad that I did, because I'm planning to maintain it, not from keto, but just a low carb lifestyle. Carbs don't like me. Know what likes you. Know what likes you. And I'm still not at my goal weight per se, but I'm happy at this weight. Like, this shirt used to fit me. Like, let me just show you guys. Like, it's saggy now. But yeah, I think you should, find, if you are planning to, because you don't want them to grow back. And that was a issue with me. Like, I was worried about my weight and how it's up and down. And I think I have gotten to a point where I am where I want to be. Also, everybody that I know, when you get your boobs cut off, you can't see your gut. So I was worried about, I would look down and I would just see nothing but belly. Like, I was worried about that. So yeah, that is why I did decide to go ahead and lose the weight prior to the surgery. Another thing, I have gotten some questions about getting pregnant and breastfeeding and all of that. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with y'all. We're not planning to ever have kids again. I got my tubes tied after I had Journey, so that wasn't a question for me. I know, y'all. I know people can still get pregnant with their tubes tied, but it's rare. So let's just keep it a whole buck. It's rare. That was not something that was on my mind. So I do know some people that have had the surgery and then have gotten pregnant, and then their breasts grow back, and you may have issues with breastfeeding. And whatever surgeon you pick, I'm pretty sure is going to talk to you about that in the consultation phase. I watched a video on a girl that said that she just told them to go down lower than what she wanted. So she wanted a C cup, so she was asking if she could get to a B cup, because she knew she was gonna want to have kids again. And obviously with the weight gain, your breasts are fat, so you're probably gonna gain some more boobs, girl. So she figured that would just take her to right where she wanted to be. I don't know. I wasn't worried about that, because child, ain't no more kids coming up in this house if I can help it, okay? You can't tell God what to do, but I tried to give it a little push, okay? So my tubes are tied. I got my tubes tied after my C-section with Journey, like literally while I was still laying there, like, tie them up, girl. So yeah, that wasn't a question for me, but I would say that if you are planning to have the surgery done, to ask about it, to let them know what's good. I personally think it may be best to wait till after you've had kids, but I think everybody's different, child. Do what you feel is best for you. Okay. So another question that I have been getting a lot is, what size did I go to? So and the other question was, what size was I prior to the surgery? Okay, what size I was, I've already answered that. I was a double G. And what size I went to, I still don't know. So I am 2 weeks post-op. I was 2 weeks post-op Tuesday. Today is Thursday. So yeah, I am 2 weeks post-op and 2 days. 2 weeks and 2 days post-op, child. I ain't worried that right. Oh, what size am I? I honestly am not sure what size I am yet. I told him initially to shoot for a C. That was before I told him, honey, just go with the day of surgery. I was like, get these things as small as you can. But when I had my consultation, I said, you know, shoot for a C. And by the time I got in there, I was like, that probably ain't even small enough. I'm telling y'all, the only thing I was worried about was them being small enough. I seen a comment where somebody was like, imagine if the doctor had made you a B cup. Honey, I would be so happy. I would be happy if you made me an A cup. The less, the better. But anyways, yeah, we don't know yet. I am still swollen. And I honestly went through a thing where I was like, oh my God, I think they're too big. I think they're too big. It was just like a moment. And Reggie was like, girl, if they get any smaller, you'll have my chest. And that made me feel so good. I kid you not, y'all. That made me feel so good. I was like, oh, you silly. But yeah, great. So that kind of took away that worry. But they are still a little swollen, so I don't know. And I'm still having to wear sports bras and, you know, the surgical bra at night, that sort of thing. So I am not sure what I am yet. So I'll let you guys know when I know. But I want to say that it's probably a C. My husband said it looks C-ish to him. So maybe a C, but we don't, like I said, I'm still, they're not there yet. So we'll know sooner or later. Okay, so another question that I saw that kind of went with the initial question that I asked, why did I get a breast reduction? And I kind of just went on this long tangent in this whole story time. Another question that I got was, did I get it because of back problems? Of course. I think that is just like a given, and I think I don't even think about saying it half the time. I always think about the mental issues that I had with my breast and not the physical ones, because the physical ones had become chronic. But you know, the older I got, the worse it became. But this was those back problems, those grooves that I used to have right here. You guys would watch my videos and you could see it. Anything that I wore strapless, there would be these large indents right here, because that was just like my life. And also, as well as posture issues that I'm still working on, that I'm still trying to get used to having relaxed shoulders, because I walked around like this trying to hold up them boobs, girl. Okay, so that's, to me, was the long-term physical damage, as well as neck problems. Right in here, my neck would hurt all the time. And since I've had the surgery, it was just literally, you know, pun intended. And I know this is so freaking corny, but it was like a weight lifted off my chest, okay? Like literally. And I had talked to Cynthia the night before, and she actually eased my mind and told me, you know, that's what it would basically feel like. And that's what it felt like, a weight being lifted off my chest. So I guess you could say technically it was for back problems, but it was just for so many other issues. Like, you don't even realize, unless you have experienced it, what large breasts do to you, not only physically but emotionally, mentally. Not being able to just constantly know that you can see an outfit that you love and you can't put it on. You know you can't put it on. You know you'll never wear it, okay? Because you can't with breasts that large. And being just disproportionate and never being able to get a swimsuit that is going to ever fit right. To never, like, be able to fit any sort of two pieces. Just, yeah, it does a lot to you, not only physically. And I guess that's why I didn't even talk about the physical so much in that initial response, because the physical had just become chronic to me. That pain had just become chronic to me. But that mental, honey, I couldn't get used to that the way I could the physical. I just couldn't. Okay, so another thing that I want to mention is that I did get a lift with my reduction. It also, when he reduced it, he said, "Ooh, child, that's too much." No. Y'all, if I be looking like I've been hit, it wasn't Reggie, it's this makeup. I put on too much bronzer. But anyways, he did. I asked him this in my consultation. Like, I literally asked him, That was probably the only question I asked, other than can you get me small? But I asked him if I would need to pay for a lift separately, because to me lift equals cosmetic, you know, versus needing it done medically. So and he said that the lift was included with the reduction. So I don't know if that's common. I just know, honey, oh girl, these girls are sitting up, honey. If this bra went on, they would still be where you can see them now, okay? Like, so I definitely did get a lift as well, but the way he made it seem, it was like it all was together. Like, it wasn't like I got two different things. And I saw that somebody asked, was that the only thing I got? And I was like, you know, yeah. And then I went back and I was like, well, you know what? I edited that comment because I did also get a lift along with the reduction. It's just kind of something that I don't think about. So I wanted to mention that as well, just so there isn't any confusion or anybody feels like I'm lying about something or whatever, you know, because honey, I'm not gonna lie to you, not gonna hold you. These things was at my ankles. I keep making the joke that they were like the teacher on South Park. Like, I am not playing. And that did not come from having kids. Like, they have always been there. There has never been a point where these things were up, because I feel like at a certain point they can't be that far up because they're so big. Like, I'm just keeping the whole buck with y'all, okay? I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay, so I have on here, how did I feel prior to surgery? I was, as you guys could see in the vlog, I was very, very nervous. I had been nervous that entire month. I just completely stressed out. Waking up sort of in the middle of the night, just worried, like, you know, am I gonna die doing this? Or is it worth it? Like, you know, because I had never been put under, and that was what I was the most afraid of, was, you know, being put to sleep. And even though I had a lot of people, from my husband to my friend to my grandmother, saying, you know, we've all been put under, honey, you know, all you're gonna do is just wake up, it's not that serious. I just could not get past, you know, that. It was just, I was terrified of it. So the morning of my surgery, I was excited, but because I was so terrified, it was like a bit of anxiousness there as well. Let me put on this highlighter. Okay, so that being said, I also want to mention how that process was for me. So once we did get there, we had been running late. My husband was with me, so I do think it is really important to have that support system. I don't know how I would have felt if, you know how back when COVID first started, even like in pre-admission rooms and all of that, you could not have anybody with you. You know, like once they kind of took you to the back, they would make your person be in the lobby or somewhere. And I don't think the process would have gone as smoothly for me. And I may have completely chickened out had he not been there. It's just something about having your person with you while you're going through that calms your nerves. Well, it calms mine, child, okay? If anybody can calm my nerves, it's Reggie. So even though I was still freaked out, I wasn't as freaked out as I expected myself to be. And I think it was just because he was there. But the nurse came in, and, you know, I got dressed, and I literally had to take everything off, bra and panties. Child, still had my panties on. She had to come back and tell me, baby, you gotta take the panties off too. So I did that, and then she came and she said that, you know, they give you medication, and that the doctor doesn't want you to have medication before he comes in to mark up your body. He doesn't want you to be sedated during that time because he wants to talk to you. And I did see a question where somebody was like, why would he ask you about how big or small you want your breast right before he came in there, right before the surgery? Child, he had already asked in the consultation. He was just confirming, and it seemed to be a lot that he just wanted to confirm right before we went in. So he did not want me to be heavily sedated before that time. And honey, girl, so they gave me the medicine right before he came in. So it hadn't kicked in yet. Child, by the time he marked up my body and left out, when I say the last thing that I remember, period, okay, I had Valium. Okay, yeah. So I had Valium, gabapentin, and something else. Do you remember what else I had? That's the gabapentin. I don't know. I had something else. I think it was something like Tylenol or something. I don't know. It was something else that I had as well. So I had those 3 things. The last thing I remember was they was getting ready to wheel me out. And I was like to my husband, I was like, bye, baby. And the nurse saying, oh, girl, next thing I know, I was waking up in the recovery room. I never got to experience that whole where they said the anesthesiologist will tell you, you know, to count backwards and all that stuff. Girl, I ain't never experienced it. I was at. The next thing I remember, I was waking up in the recovery room. I never even saw the surgery room. Nothing. I never saw anything. So that was a blessing. I feel like that was God, because I feel like after I would have left Reggie, I probably would have went into panic mode. So I am glad that I didn't experience any of that. So I just feel like it was really a blessing. So that is that. Okay, so after surgery, when I woke up, I just felt high. Okay, I remember waking up in the recovery room and seeing a nurse, and I saw the doctor like come in there, and he kept making these jokes about me being influencer, because he just found the whole concept, like, how are you making money off of YouTube? Like, because I don't actively work as a nurse anymore, I had to put that on my thing as my job. And he was so interested in that in my consultation, and after that he just would constantly make jokes about it. I'm not even sure if the man I think he may think I'm crazy. I think he may think I'm crazy, like I am a housewife and just lying about how I make my money. He is an older doctor, but he was joking about me being an influencer to the nurses. And that was all I remember from that. And then it was like I was kind of coming to, and they were taking me back to the room that I would be staying overnight. And I do want to mention that not everybody stays overnight after a breast reduction. I think that the nurse actually said that my particular doctor is probably the only doctor that still does that. He wants you to stay overnight after a breast reduction. Usually a breast reduction is just an in and out sort of thing, but he makes his patients stay overnight. I wasn't initially happy about this, and I said that afterwards I was. Reggie said, girl, you was just high. Okay? You was just high. You was happy about everything afterwards. And that may be the case. I don't know. I just know that afterwards I didn't mind as much as I did before. I know that. Okay? I didn't mind staying overnight. So, afterwards, I was sore. My throat was really sore, but I didn't feel awful. Like, I expected to feel worse, I think. Like, my arms were hurting the worst. Like, I couldn't kind of stretch my arms out. I was kind of like this. I don't know why, but that hurt probably the most initially. And then overnight, what hurt was right up under my breast. So I did get the anchor method, not the lollipop method, meaning it was like this, like an anchor. So under my breast hurt more than anything. That was like literally the worst. So yeah. But day 2, honey, I felt like crap. By the time I got home, I felt like crap. And when I got home, my husband had to go to work. Like, he stayed overnight with me at the hospital, and literally he had to be at work at 12. We probably got home by what, 11:30? Yeah, we got home around 11:30. So yeah. He had to go straight to work, and he was gonna be picking up my script. So ciao. When I got home, I felt like death, but I was able to kind of be in and out of sleep. So even the moments that I would hurt, I had Tylenol here, and the nurse had gave me some medicine right before I left, and I kind of feel like it kind of helped me over, but I felt way worse day 2 than I did day 1. So I did have stitches and drains, bilateral drains, and I have never had neither. Well, I had stitches before, but they were dissolvable stitches. These stitches were not dissolvable, girl, okay? They were not. And even with the drains, I ended up, because my surgery was on the 31st, then it was going to be Labor Day weekend. technically, so when I had my surgery, it was Tuesday. I went home Wednesday. Technically, I would have been getting my drains out Monday. Well, it was Labor Day weekend, so he was closed. So I did not get my drains taken out to that following Wednesday because I think he does his surgeries on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, child, I had those drains in. I've never had drains before in my life. They weren't really draining. I was supposed to, they give you this log to kind of keep track of how much you're getting out. I think the most from either one of them I ever got was 20 cc's. So they weren't really draining crazy. And I know my grandmother had a left side mastectomy, and hers was draining a lot. But literally, I did not get a whole lot from my drains. And honey, by that Monday that I would have been getting them taken out, they started feeling sore and uncomfortable. I was not happy with them drains. So I go back that Wednesday and I'm thinking he's gonna tell me, you know, after he took drains out, I ain't gonna see you no more till like next month. Child, he was like, okay, I'll see you next week and I'll take the stitches out. I was like, what? These things ain't dissolvable. Child. So I did end up having to go back to get the stitches taken out. And when he took the drains out, I didn't know what to expect, and I kind of heard both. My grandmother said that when hers was taken out, it didn't hurt whatsoever, but because it was so kind of tender, I thought it would hurt me, but it didn't. They literally told me to take a deep breath and let it out, and as I was letting it out, she was pulling the drain out, and that was it. I didn't feel a thing. It was not bad whatsoever. And as far as the following week, I got the stitches taken out, and the stitches didn't hurt until she got over here to this side, and she said because it was tighter, it was one over there that hurt. Like the rest did not hurt whatsoever, but it was one over there that hurt. Okay, so I also want to talk about nipple sensation while it's on my brain, y'all, because when I say I have the memory of a flea, and this is not anything that I wrote down whatsoever, but I know it's a big question. I don't even know why I didn't write it down. I have sensation in both of my nipples. I don't know if you guys know, but it's a possibility when you have this surgery that you can lose sensation in your nipples, and that can be something that is forever. Did I care? No. It wasn't something that I was really, really concerned about as far as the reduction. I don't know if it's because my breasts were so big. I never had a whole lot of feeling in my nipples anyway. So it wasn't like a big thing to me. But honey, girl, the sensation I got, especially in my left nipple, is ridiculous. I have never experienced anything like this in my entire life. Like it is serious. Now the right one, you can tell that it's kind of just slowly coming back. But the right nipple feels like my breast felt before. Like, it's not a whole lot of sensation, which is, like I said, it's not a big deal to me. It feels like it did before. But this left one, girl, if the shirt hit it, okay, she's hard and she's sensitive. So yeah, that is that for me. Like I say, everybody is different, and I don't think you know until, or even the doctors know until after the surgery, how that's gonna be. And that was one of the things that he initially asked me about when he showed me my breasts. And when he showed me my breasts, honey, I loved them. And just immediately, they looked like Frankenstein boobs. And I was still just high as a kite, like, are those mine? I want to hug you, oh my God. Because to me, it was just such a life-changing experience. Like, just like a dream. It still doesn't even feel real that this is reality for me now. Like, you know. So I was really, really happy when I initially saw my breast. And even after that initial week, where I know when most people go back, they'll see their breasts and even cry. Child, I still was just as happy. I was just as happy, and they still look like Frankenstein breasts. And I have been just ecstatic about it ever since. Like, child, I've been sending my aunts, my cousins, just breast pics. Just like, girl, look, girl. I have just really, really, this is probably the most comfortable I have been in my body my entire life. That's keeping it a buck. So, like I said, I am 2 weeks post-op, and how I am feeling now as far as am I hurting, I am still a little in pain, nothing crazy. The issue I've had has been sleeping. I did not like sleeping on my back. I couldn't have a lot of contact with my husband. We sleep together. Like, we sleep in a spoon position all night long. And that first week, I could only be on my back. And I had those drains in, and it was just really, really uncomfortable. He tried to make me as comfortable as he possibly could. He would stack up a million pillows, put the body pillow under my knees, like, but it's really hard, especially if that's not how you normally sleep. And that's not how I normally slept. So that to me was probably the worst part about being post-op, is that I could not get comfortable. I couldn't sleep on my husband. He couldn't hold me. And even now, he still can't really hold me. Like, we can spoon again, but I can't lay on him and watch TV or any of that. And with my kids, especially with Juicy's a hugger. I can't hug him just yet because he may squeeze too tight, and they're still really, really kind of tender. As for Journey's so little, she just at my knees anyway. So I can hug her, but yeah, I did want to throw it out there that even though I am 2 weeks post-op, that I am still sensitive. So you will still be a little sore during that time. And my next appointment with him won't be until October. So he did release me to go ahead and resume all of my normal activities, as far as, as long as it's nothing too strenuous. And I am wearing a sports bra during the day, and I wear my surgical bra or compression bra at night. So I have to continue that all the way up until I see him at my next doctor's appointment next month. He did tell me for my birthday that I could wear a wireless strapless bra for a few hours, but not to go over that because I can mess up the shape of my breasts. And honey, oh girl, I'm trying to keep these shapes, okay, because I like them. So yeah, that is basically that. I'm trying to see if I had any more questions on here. Okay, so I did get a late question about how do I feel as a woman with small breasts. I feel, like I said, the best I have ever felt, the most confident I have ever felt in my entire life. I've always wanted this experience, and here I am. So to me, it's amazing. I know, like, the grass is always greener, and sometimes when you step over there, you may not like it. But honey, I have been just living my best life, and they ain't even healed. I can only imagine how I'll feel once they are healed. If I feel this good going through the process, I like how my clothes fit. I like that I don't have to consider so many things that I had to consider before. Like that I like button-up shirts. And when you have big breasts, you have to constantly either worry about that it's not gonna fit, or that the button is just gonna be like, have that little space. You know what I'm talking about? The little space that you have when you have big breasts. And I also feel like it made me look way bigger than I was. Not that I'm a small girl whatsoever, but I think when you have really large breasts, they make you look even bigger than you are. Like, and it just has this older effect on you as well, and can also cause you to look just very matronly. Okay, that's just how I felt, and now I don't feel like that. So yeah. And the last question that I see, it says, do I feel like, or has it affected the intimacy with my husband? The only intimacy that is affecting is that right now I am still healing. So that affects intimacy, obviously. But as far as do I feel like in the future having small breasts, my husband do like big breasts, child, or else he would have never got with me in the first place. But long term, I don't feel like it will, only because I feel like I will be way more confident. I feel like I was so insecure about my breasts that it may, and maybe it's not even something that he noticed, but because I was always mentally worried about, oh my God, I look like I have cow udders attached to my body. Like it takes away some of the sexiness that you feel as a woman. I feel like that now that I feel sexy, that it will enhance our intimacy, child, because I was going to say something else. So yeah, that's how I feel. Like I said, everybody's different. I think that if it is, I think if breast reduction is something you are considering, but you're super apprehensive, and you're not just apprehensive about you know, like I was about the anesthesia. I was never actually worried about the reduction in itself. I was worried that I wasn't gonna wake up, child. Okay, but as far as the after effects of the reduction, I was never concerned about it. And I think if you are concerned that your breast may be too small, or you know, your spouse may not like it and you may not like it and all of that, I think you may really want to research it some more and reconsider it more, and possibly reconsider other options. Like I said, this is something that I've always wanted, so I was very sure of it prior to getting it. It was just how I was gonna get there. Like, I literally wanted to skip the operation day and just be in the after. But getting the procedure in itself, and you know, how I would feel long term, I was never worried about that, because I knew it was something that I've always wanted, and I have not been disappointed. A lot of the women that I talked to, every single one has told me this was the best thing I ever done for myself in my entire life, and I understand now. Okay, I'm a part of that club. Okay, the itty bitty titty club. Okay, I wanted to be there, I was there. So yeah, that's how I feel. I'm loving it. And yeah, honey, I told you guys this is just get ready with me type video. So just chit chatting. Just a way for me to do a 2-in-1. So you ain't getting no looks, girl. This is it. No Michael Jackson. This hair, child, I literally just took my bonnet off. Oh, girl was thanging yesterday. She a mess right now, but you guys, you'll see the video at some point. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and do this video for you guys. So there won't be any outfits or none of that. That was just a way for me to kill two birds with one stone. So yeah, I am done. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's any questions that you feel like I did not answer, feel free to comment down below and I will answer them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, go and check out our new family channel, All About the Browns. I will have a direct link to that down below in the description box as well. And yeah, girl, that is it. So I will see you love bugs next time. Bye.
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I can't take no more. Girl, I think I'm losing my mind. Try to go to work, but I lost track of time.